I like my hundreds blue. Sailing. You see this? There's a big thing with sailing with you, Libra. What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Eccentric RockStar'Seed, and I have another intuitive message. I have a continuance. Libra's reading, I'm going to tell you right now, the next 4 to 5 readings is all Libra. Instead of making one long-ass video, I'm going to break them down into several videos. But that's all Libra. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave what does not. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. So this is metaphoric and quite literal, Libra. You're sailing. You see this picture? This is all the water that you across the oceans. You see these? You've taken all your knowledge. This can be metaphoric for knowledge, but this is also your inheritance, your abundance. I see the 9 of Cups. Like this is all your wealth. So you can afford to just get up and just leave and zen out. Remember I said something about you being zened out. This video is more emphasis on what that energy entails. You have, I pick up all my decks that what I'm going to be using, okay? And I don't shuffle them. Before I shuffle them, I look at the bottom of them. So for this one, you have the Strength. That's giving me an idea of what's going on. And then my romance cards, you have Free Yourself. And then, sorry babies, I'm just picking the decks up. You have Vengeance. You see the illustration there? It gives me the Jay-Z lyrics I kept hearing for like 4 days. It's like the hand is down, that's your hand down, and this one's trying to reach up, like you're up there somewhere. Finally, my time's too short to share. And I ask them now what ain't fair, so yeah, they lost one. Libra, you're showing up in your reading with your energy, the Justice. This is before I even shuffle the cards. I always just flip them over and just see what's going on. I just look at the bottom of the deck. You have Vitality, Joy, that's happiness. You see that yellow? Sunshine. You see the sunshine in the painting? And then you have Setting Boundaries. There you go. Threshold, Protection, Honor. I feel like you're tired of being somebody's trophy wife. That was imprisonment within itself. Real 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords energy. If you realize sometimes women don't know any different, they think being a trophy wife is the aim, and it's objectifying. You are on a platform now where you are teaching women not to aim for being a trophy wife. What does it mean to be a trophy wife? To be objectified. You just a piece of candy or a toy to sit on this man's arm or this woman's arm and just look good. Just make them look good. They don't really care about you. And I wouldn't go as dramatic. I don't want to be dramatic and say it's full-on narcissism. Maybe for some people it is. But for you, it's like pick up your desperation. I'm not calling you desperate, Libra, but just pick it up. You don't need to be anybody's trophy wife. You're not being anybody's trophy wife. In fact, you're sailing. Hundreds blue. I like my hundreds blue. Bad bitches, yeah, I keep them by the 2, but really the emphasis is I like my hundreds blue. Blue like the water. Okay? That's what you have a lot of, is money. That's what you will have a lot of, is money. You'll have a lot of time to play and think about how you're going to spend this money. And the way your life is set up, the way your spirit is set up, after all you've been through, considering coming from being a trophy wife, I don't know how many times over, you could be somebody who was married more than once or just been in a couple long, extended commitments, agreements, situationships that are agreements, because that's what they really are. When you really take the rose-colored glasses off, they're situationships, or what it means to be in a situationship. It's almost like signing an NDA disclosure for being that person's exclusive prostitute. You think about what it entails and what they have you in there doing for a couple of materialistic items, maybe even some money. You pick up all your belongings and you left. I'm proud of you. First of all, big round of applause. I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself. I'm proud of you of snapping out of it. I love you, Libra. It's time to take control back. It's time to take control back in your life. I think you took yourself, and the card under that is honeymoon. You took all that residuals, and you take yourself on a honeymoon. So it's like the married life I thought I was trying to create for myself, being in these situationships, it's like I've been feeling like this for like 8 years. That's for somebody. But however long you've been feeling like that, is like you just get up and you just do it. You just leave and create the life for yourself. There was something, a caption, I think I said it yesterday in your reading, where you said, where you at first it's like, it's really like fucked up and depressing that the only way to protect your peace is to be alone, or just create a table, like the idea of a foundation of a two-parent or two-person household, a couple's foundation, where you have a table where you have a man and a wife, or however way, whatever your sexual preferences is. Not, that's not important right now, but what I'm saying is, it's really depressing that people normalize toxicities. They normalize it because they're very avoidant, and they suppress their feelings so much that it's rather pathetic. Like, the trained eye can see how fucked up people are in general when they act like that. And it's like, well, I'm just going to do it all myself. You've reached a point of serenity. You have surrendered, where it's okay if I'm doing it by myself. I'm probably going to, it's going to come out way better doing it by myself anyway, because now you're looking at everything you earned. Look at all these look at all this, y'all. All this. These are crystals of different, they all different sizes and different stuff. It's like, picture that as all your wealth. Even these, all your wealth. It's just inside a jar. This is all your wealth. And now you look at it like, well, I do have it all to myself. I don't have to share with one other person. That's not split in half for one other person. I don't have to consider that person's opinion. So if you're a single parent, you're realizing the perks of it. I don't have to consider another person's opinion if I want to put my kids in this school, or live in this neighborhood, or buy this house in this neighborhood, or hang with this group of friends. Like, it's a lot you have to consider when you're co-parenting, as opposed to single parenting, single life. The only person on that deed, the only person on that lease, the only person on that car note, the only person on that insurance. I'm paying the bills by myself, but it's mine. I don't have to worry about nobody else. Zen energy. You're real zened out, and you're sailing. So you are traveling. And if you haven't left yet, you're gearing up for it. You're getting all your paperwork ready. You're getting your passport ready. You're getting your visa ready. You're getting your car maintenance and tuned up, and you're hitting the road. You're getting your plane tickets. Like my hundreds blow. Yeah, I like my money. And I like to spend it how I want to spend it. And I don't have to worry about nobody else but me. So now, I want to talk about vengeance. This is all the toxicities that you once thought, you realize how depressing it is to have people in your life that only want you for particular things, being objectified. And it could be family, romance, friends, everybody. It could be the church members or the people at the masjid. I don't care where you're at. Sometimes people only want you for particular things. And you see that you're separating yourself from them. You see how your hand is at the top and their hand is at the bottom. Everybody wants you to be their anchor. But picture this, guys. The tavern is busy, full of conversation, and the bustles of traveling, settling for the evening, right? One figure catches your attention. Someone who's not drinking, talking, nor engaging with the rest. They say nothing, but you know that they're watching, waiting for someone to appear, someone with whom they have a deadly score to settle. When the opportunity presents itself, will they let the past consume them? Or will they finally accept things for what they are and move on? Let that ponder. When you see the vengeance card in your reading, you have a choice. Okay? You can go through the chains of anger, giving your energy to move forward, or the weight will eventually drown you. because you're carrying all that anger? Or will you let go of bad emotional patterns and it'll, that caused you to feel drained and empty, but you can also fill that void with healthier adjustments that will help you build more positive relationships. And if you're not quite there yet, you just knowing that you've been wronged and it's time to stand your ground and fight back. So whoever's standing in your way, face them. You're facing them head on. Don't let yourself be walked all over. Take this moment to stand up for yourself. Use those feelings of anger to protect your position and everything that you've been building up until this point. So what I'm getting from this also is that whoever you were interacting with recently was operating from an angry space. Your person, whoever your person is, whoever you had to let go recently, that they are angry, they are hurt, they were treating you how they felt they were treated. And you have a choice. You've made the choice according to this reading. If you're zenned out, you let go of those, you just dropped those burdens. You dropped that anchor thing right in the bottom of the water and you just sailed on. You're trying to operate from a holistic space, not an angry one, not a toxic one. You know the difference of somebody who eats takeout every day versus someone who eats healthy every day. You see the vast difference. And the person you separated yourself from is feeling it. They're feeling it. They're feeling it because they wanted you to fight with them. That was them showing up. You know how I say about men, if they have mother figures, and when I say mother figure, I'm not talking about the woman who birthed you. I'm also talking about romantic partners propelling forward. However way they showed up in your previous experiences or currents, that is what the men take out into this world when interacting with other women. They show up the way that their mother teaches them. That's a fact. You dig? So that person was showing up to you how they're being treated in either their current situation or previous one, or all of them. And they speak from a hurt space, an angry space, a space of betrayal, a space of disrespect, insecurities, constant accusations, assumptions, abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse. He may even have swung on you, Libra, or pushed you to swing on them. Like, I'm pushing you, you're going to hit me back, like provoking you and antagonizing you and fighting with you. And you may have a couple of times stooped to their level and retaliated, like, oh, hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Because that's what we're taught. You don't let nobody hit you, you hit them back. But what happens when you reach a point where playing fire with fire is too low vibrational? What if I take the higher road and just, you go to push me, I'll walk out the door and leave you with your dick leaving you standing there with your dick in your hand. I don't mean it to be like a pervert. I mean it to say you look stupid. Because enough is enough. You're not getting anywhere fighting fire with fire. That's what this person wants. You're not teaching this person a lesson. You realize you're not teaching this person a lesson fighting them back. You're teaching them is a better way to do this. And you probably approached the relationship like that anyway. That's how they got you in there, because they know that it feeds their spirit. Because they were thirsty for it. They're empty spirited. Because they've already been depleted and disrespected and beat down already. So you're at a certain caliber of velocity and they are trying to get out of that space. Or you realize over time it was manipulation. They don't know how to get out of that space, nor are they in the mood to learn what they think they already know. Time tells everything. And then you find yourself in a situation where it's like, wait a minute, this is not me. This is not my character. This is not my energy. This is not me going toe to toe with somebody. How did you got me in here? You pulled me in. Subtle, little by little tactics. They start off real small, then they turn into big things, or sometimes it just be a full-on drama scene where you think is all raw passion and it's nothing but drama. Yeah, I like rough sex, or I like it this way. Slap me, punch me, spit on me. I like it. And sometimes people are just kinky. But in this case, the man or the woman was just out of control. Like they just was crying for help. You're not okay, Libra. Needless to say, all that is all kinky in the first 2, 3 rounds. But after that, it's like, okay, what the fuck? Like, what else you got? What else are we doing? Like, what are we doing here? Okay, let's switch up the pace. And then you try to switch up the pace with them, and they get stubborn. They go on their shell. They throw a temper tantrum. They stop talking to manipulate you to come over and do things their way because they don't feel worthy of you, Libra. They know they're not worthy. They always knew they were not worthy. So are you going to chance it and take all your pearls of wisdom and all your wealth? You put up with a lot to earn this wealth. It's rightfully yours. Can't nobody take it from you. So you took it and you sailed on. Now they feel stupid. They're feeling it. Libra, there's 2 other cards that stuck out to me when I picked the deck up. This one fell. Okay? This is about space and infinite opportunities. You need to notice there's a lot of water back there. I'll put it right here. Okay? And then this one fell too. And this is about self-study. And it has that eye on it, like I always talk about. And we're going to put that right there. You deserve to be sailing somewhere else, only fixated on working smarter, not harder, because that's all this is conducive to you working smarter and not harder. What does that mean? I got all this wisdom, money, knowledge, common sense. I still have myself. I still look good. I still look young. Okay, alhamdulillah, I still look young. You still look young. But we were all born with a book of infinite wisdom stories. Infinite wisdom, inventions, stories, and emotions. And this book is our consciousness. If we take a path of truly studying the self, we will never become bored with our findings. Instead of trying to acquire more information, like going outward instead of going inward. You know, we take the focus inward. And there are cosmos in your consciousness you have yet to venture into that they have more beauty than any artwork. More mysterious than any of your favorite thrillers, which is what I just described. More magnificence than all earthly creations, which is what I just described. However, though, the passport required to reach these vistas is stillness. Just sit in stillness. And through withdrawing from external stimulus, you can move into the true stimulus, the world inside and beyond you. That is what this card, it fell on the floor when I picked the deck up, both of these. It fell on my carpet. I ain't gonna say it fell on the floor. Like, even if it did fall on my floor, the floor is like, you can eat a piece of candy off of it. I don't know. Just saying. When you're in your space, you make sure it's spotless. You're a person who's meticulous in cleaning. Libra, you could clean to calm your nerves. I don't know why. What made me say that? Like, it's just eating off the floor is not like, in your space, not like eating off the ground, obviously. But when people hear it fell on the floor, they think dirty. No. It just fell out from the rest. It's meant for you to fixate on that. So with this about space and opportunity, you have learned the art of creating space and are experiencing the cosmos that exists inside of you. So you're in deep meditation or prayer, in profound nature, or in bodies of water like oceans, and in silence. It's like your stillness guides you to a deeper cosmic web of potentials that exist for you in the present moment. Everybody has a family member who struggled through crack addiction, alcohol addiction, drug addiction of any kind. And some of them die like that. some of them make it out of that. They hit their rock bottom and they start to rebuild themselves from nothing, based off with I'll say a solid foundation. They start to rebuild that all that was suppressed in them, that they were taking out on themselves. You know, working through things, like they realize strengths they didn't know they had, and they start building a solid foundation off of that. So this speaks to the group of people who know somebody, if it's not you directly, you know somebody who struggled through some kind of addiction. And it's not always a drug addiction. I just use it because it's pretty common. But so is the example I said. Some of us take relationships as a drug addiction. I say all that to say, whatever it is, it could be a food addiction, it can be relationships, a string of a particular type of relationship you shoot for the thrills. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you reach a point of still where you just had enough. You hit your rock bottom, you put it all down, you take your pearls of wisdom and your residuals and you start over. That is where your true self resides. Know that you are not just a part of Earth. The Earth is a part of you too. That could be metaphoric. Know that those situations, you are a part of it, but they don't define you. You know, how can I say it? How was it taught to me? Okay, so how was it taught to you? A lot of my life, personally, a lot of my experiences stem from watching people make errors of judgment with their own life. So many of them, I struggled through with them as a child because I had no choice. You know, if your parents are struggling through things, you struggle, you get dragged through the mud with them because they're your parents. So I learned a lot like that, in that way. I also channeled the Nine of Cups in this deck. I channeled the Hierophant because you're taking a leadership position. And it's another deck I got, my French deck that I used to use all the time. I channeled the Eternal Student in that deck. All right, let's start with this. What are you setting boundaries about? To protect your honor. This is about threshold protection. Could be your ancestors, could be the Most High stepping in. You took the first step in getting out of a toxic, traumatic cycle because it created nothing but emotional trauma. It further amplified on the emotional trauma you were trying to suppress in the beginning, from the beginning. Adjustments, looking back, but moving forward. It's like you look back to see where you've come enough, but if you can see it on camera, it's like the gaze, like the light from her, it stems from her eyes. Where she's looking is that way. You're supposed to go that way. Focus, like you look at the artistry, if you can see it, it kind of looks like it's like a light or something going that way. It's like you don't forget where you came from, so you look back just enough to stay humble. That's what I get from this. Okay? You know it enough to leave it where it's at, but you're moving forward. And on the bottom, you got the next card after that. Anyway, go with the flow. Letting go, cleansing, and receiving. It's okay that you made your point, but you don't have to be stuck with all the dirty damages, is what I get from this. Yeah, you were right with everything you said. You were right about it. You were right about it all, Libra. You're absolutely right. Okay? But can't nobody tell you how to establish peace and serenity for yourself. Okay? Let it go. You don't have to pick the bird like the Ten of Wands. Leave the burdens where they're at. You don't have to take them with you. All right, let's talk about why you're so happy. I think that is the explanation of why you're so happy. I think so. Because those two are very, very, very important. Because you speak up and let your voice be heard. Your throat chakra is clear. Clear. It's very clear. You made yourself very clear. And what's on the bottom? Pitta. That is fire and water combined. So you and your person can have fire and water elements in the same spot. So say, for example, your moon, which carries your emotions, is how you deal with your emotions. One of you can have fire there, one of you can have water there. And when you put fire and water together, it has that potential to create something so beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful, like a Pisces and an Aries together. It's so beautiful what they can do to those two energies together. Just to name something. But it also has the power to destroy. So now it's like, what I'm feeling like your Zen is entailed with, I see the disaster that we can be if I don't step back. If we don't step back, we are going to get into trouble. Creating heaven. Take the holistic approach. Okay? I'll further clarify if you want me to, Libra. But I'm making a point to take my time with you, Libra, because you have survived. You've been out. Nobody realized you have a smile on your face. Nobody realized how much spiritual warfare or even physical, emotional, mental warfare you've been dealing with behind that fucking smile. Like, it's like, I'm taking my time with you because you're called to take your time, period, on yourself. You may not be like in a traumatically bad situation, like you have a home, you have a job, you have a way to take care of yourself, obviously, because your hundreds is blue. You got a way to travel. It's not that. It's just that you've been working your ass off like a crazy person your entire life. Now you have the inner wisdom, these pearls of wisdom, this wealth, all the stuff you have is more than just money. You're working smarter, not harder. You're taking your time with yourself and getting your nails done. I think a lot of it you're doing it yourself because you're so talented. It's like you worked your whole life. You probably have credentials and everything. But those are the things that you're fixated on because you established all those things because they make you happy. But you've not fundamentally really enjoyed them because you're such a worker. Like you work like a hustler. And I'm not telling people not to hustle now. Don't get me twisted. Don't get me twisted. You definitely have to make it do what it have to do to get what you need. You have come to the realization it's like, I've been here in this cycle for so long, it's normalized. I'm not one of these people. It's against my character. It's a reason why I'm meeting the experience with resistance because it's not natural. You've been there too long. It's time for you to get out of it. You're tired of it. And you're speaking your voice. You have a platform. Pitta is about fiery, powerful, strong-willed, and feisty. Like I said, about fire and water, the two most powerful elements that can create and destroy everything. You can even, Libra, have fire and water in your chart. But together, you put those two elements together is exactly what you are empowering today. So much of this is a lot about water. It's a lot about self-study. It's a lot about going in depth in your own emotions. And it's also about speaking on it. Let your voice be heard. You speak your mind. I feel like you freed your mind. Listen to the song In Vogue, Free Your Mind. Because it's absolutely ridiculous to be objectified in any category, any group or another, just to fit into some form of society. You are now realizing you are a non-conformant. Matter of fact, eccentric RockStar'Seed is telling you you always have a seat at her table because there's no judgment on this channel. You don't fit into nobody's boundary box. So now you're made to be humiliated publicly or castricized, annihilated, cut off, left out, isolation, abandoned, any of those things you constantly have to deal with for push, pull, stroke, and strike. Eccentric doesn't do that on this channel because Eccentric knows what that feels like from first-hand experience. That's why this channel is here for you. And you're setting goals for yourself and focused on a task on hand. And perhaps this is a time to emerge as a leader and teach others your strength and wisdom. You get what I'm saying? That's where that Zen is coming from. That Zen is allowing you to tap into what's important for you. So you're transforming the world with your actions. It doesn't have to just be eccentric. It's for everybody. So don't lose connection with the water in you. See that? That card right there has a lot of water. This whole painting, I changed my whole background so you can have this painting. Because this painting is conducive for peeling back the layers for what you need to be doing. It's like you know what you want, and the fire has been set under your seat to achieve it. Yeah, bruh. Now, going to the next deck. If that 9 of Cups come out, I'm going to be so done. Yeah, when I split the deck, this was on the bottom, as I showed you, and the 2 of Pentacles. You're not going to be in balance like that anymore. We're not doing that. You're getting out of that imbalanced energy, stroking and striking and just leaving you off balance because you're working way too hard and not that smart. You have the King of Swords. In some instances, you take after your father. In some instances, your mother is the one who has that masculine energy. In other instances, this is you taking accountability over your own life and taking all this wisdom and knowledge. And is that water behind? No, he's in the mountains. Okay, I'm sorry. It almost looked like water, but blue is significant because it does go with this. This is about your throat chakra, your voice. Get on that platform and speak up and let your voice be heard. That would be the King of Swords. And on the bottom of it is High Priestess. This could speak of some kind of extraordinary talent that you know everybody gonna cut you off about because they think you're doing something you don't have no business. But this is the helping hand of God when in an upright, when in a higher frequency, higher vibration. And none of these cards are turned over. Water energy. Like my honey. Oh, shit. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I dropped my cards. On my carpet. You know what? Let me stop that because that's that's significant. I don't never care what people think. And now in this video, you may be struggling through bad habits where you're constantly adjusting and correcting yourself to make somebody else feel comfortable. Stop that shit. You're fine. Be you. Like why? Like my hundreds blue. Or you're while you're sailing around, or traveling, or just traveling inside of you, wherever you're at. You're realizing that it's like you cater, and it's a love language. It's okay to cater to people, but do it with respect, self-respect, and boundaries. Like don't go beyond what's right for you, what's comfortable for you. Like it could have been a time where you were just not saying anything just to keep the controversy at a bare minimum. There could have been a time where you could know the truth and could tell the truth, but the person will react in such a nasty, brash, or just over the top way that you keep it to yourself with the King of Swords. Like you're very wise, very smart. This flipped over, the Ten of Swords. It's hard to walk away from shit like that because it's like it's emotional, ties into mental abuse, verbal abuse. It's hard. So you're met with a lot of challenges mentally and verbally. Like your voice is really your voice. Someone wanted to just mute you. And it's hard to walk away from that because you could have already been walked away from as a child. This could stem back from childhood or something. And you've already been walked away from, so it's hard to walk out on people when they show you stuff like that. But I like how the colors in this card go together with the Ten of Swords, and this Peta is just like creativity. And then you have this this goes with it too. Like go with the flow. It's okay. I feel like somebody needs a hug, like one of those good hugs. It's like she's hugging herself with go with the flow. It's okay. Have mercy on yourself. Life's work. Okay, get off the treadmill. It's not a job. You don't just do it. Like somebody just really like strips you bad of your humanity. It's something real fucked up like that. Or like Libra, you are picking up on somebody else's energy where they struggle through stuff like that, and you just want to help them, but you know it's going to drag you down in a way where it's like it's going to shortchange me. If the person you made yourself known enough where the person understands what you come to the table with, and you have to, now you're allowing that person space. So when they're ready, they'll come to you. I like that High Priestess and that Peta go together too. Those colors, all the colors come together beautifully. Even in the go with the flow, it's like blue, like there's water, like a water barrier or something. Like behind her is some kind of water spilling out behind her. Like she's standing in a waterfall, like she's standing in the water or something. And she's looking ahead. Somebody's hair could really use some moisture. It's really dry right now. That's significant. Water, need moisture. Hot water, that creates moisture. Somebody's hair could use a really good conditioning treatment. So, on the bottom, you got the Two of Swords with the Ten of Swords. That's clarifying the Ten of Swords. Like, I don't have to say much else about that because that talks about indecision. Should I stay? Should I go? You got your way of doing things, the other person's way of doing things, and it creates confusion. Instead of, like I said in your other reading, take something from each other's truth and make something new. I'm a big advocate of that. I don't let people's differences be a deal breaker. In some instances, it's a thing where it's just simply communication barriers, where you don't feel like you can say anything because you feel like you're frustrated and you're hitting a brick wall. Like this could be a water and air dynamic type of connection. Like your person could be highly intuitive, you could be overly logic or very logic. But when you think about it, it's like this person comes from their heart space. I come from the mind space, the challenges. It's like I look at the big picture. This person looks at the big picture, but in a different way. And you're both passionate, so you can take something from your logic, their emotional space, their heart space, and create something new with the go with the flow energy, with the go with the flow, letting go, cleansing and receiving. It's like I love this person and value this person's friendship enough where I would rather see things from your perspective as well as my perspective and just create something different. Because fire signs and water signs are the ones that operate from their heart space first. And shuffling the cards, the Tower. Sudden realizations, or if it's like really bad, how I was just describing it, those are like the rude awakenings. It's like something about you exiting stage left and you got on your boat and never looked back. I feel like this is somebody who left all their stuff at the house. They just got in their boat and just left, or got in their car and just left, or just walked out the door and just left all their shit there. And the person that was left there is like the nag. Now in this instance, it could be two women. I don't know why I see two women. The one who was making all the money and stuff is the one that walked out the door. And the one who was like being a nag and stuff is like, but I also feel like the one who walked out the door was the creative one. And the one who was in there is the logical one. It's like two different ways of doing things, but couldn't create a happy medium. And then you have a scenario where it's a man who just walked out. They're like, well, what about all your stuff? You're not worried about all your stuff. You worry about your serenity and your peace. It's like when God talks to you, you just gonna stop everything and just go with what He says. And that's what I get with the Tower card. There you go. Somebody who's completely different from you. Very strong influence, just like you're a strong influence. And they, so often, more times than you like to admit, will draw you back in with their toxic ways. This goes back to normalizing a lot of toxic behavior. Like, I don't want to be in a setting where being toxic is normal. You may have a close friend or somebody you're close enough to that they might be working through stupid stuff like that. And it's like they like you because you don't come with all of that. But you can't allow yourself to be misused, and they respect you enough not to do it. So you just, Libra, whatever side you fit on, or whatever the scenario is for you, you just make sure that you always stand up for what's right, even as you love the person. Because sometimes when you're in love, it makes you do crazy things that are out of character. I respect that, because we all have the same nervous system, so we all have feelings, we all have emotion. There's no human out there, whether you're overly logical or not, you have feelings too. You care too. And this is not going to help with these addictions. The Devil card represents a massive influence, for better or for worse. So there's definitely something to be adjusted with looking back, moving forward, and it's right next to the Tower card. And then you have the King of Swords. So when the order of the cards that I'm called to put them in, you are called to trust your intuition about something. God is trying to talk to you. With the Tower card, you have the High Priestess and you have the King of Swords. So it's more than just what you learned here on earth that makes you an intellect. You also have high intuition. That is how God talks to people. And on the bottom, King of Cups. Like, it's an easier way. Like, you could be real fair and real just and emotionally intelligent about this. We don't have to fight about this. It doesn't have to be a constant competition. This is a lot of competition right here with the Two of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Like, you don't have to be made to leave unless you just absolutely know God is telling you to walk off. Like, when He speaks, there's nothing you can do. You're going to leave all that shit behind. Hey, look what I told you. Now look, on the Nine of Cups, you see how she has purple hair? You're free. And it's like this water. It's no feeling like being free. Look, and you took the reason I channeled this one in this deck is because of the pot, the fool's gold, the wisdom. You took all your residuals. Like, I can't, you guys, you see all this laid out. That's you. Like, picture Set It Off. The movie Set It Off. The classics Set It Off with Jada Pinkett, Vivica Fox, everybody, okay? Picture Jada Pinkett was the one that didn't get in trouble because they wrongfully killed, Pure, her brother, mistaken identity. And early in the movie, that's what got her into this mess in the first place, because she just snapped about it. And the man could have arrested her, but he know what he did to her brother earlier. And they met, they made the eye-to-eye contact at the end when she was on the bus. He let her go. He could have stopped the bus and pulled her off and arrested her because she did a lot of foul shit. It doesn't mean she wasn't supposed to be accounted for what she did. But there's a mercy here. Because you were wrongfully, something was done to you that was an injustice. And you're made to walk away scot-free. But she walked away with the money after all the foul shit she did, or foul shit you went through, as I said earlier, to get all this money. And she's sitting there reminiscing about all her friends. She lost all her friends. She lost her whole family, her brother, because their parents had died, according to the story. It's just her and her brother. And she lost all her best friends. That's all she could think about, is like, now I'm here sailing around the world. Because that's exactly what she did. At the end of the movie, she had to leave the country. She was in Mexico somewhere or something like that, but doesn't matter. You're somewhere with all the, you went through a lot to get what you have, to get to that space of freedom, that sense of peace, that zen. And now you're there, you're thinking. Now you're thinking about your family, your friends, and what it took to get there with the devil card. It just wasn't a pretty thing. Because remember, her brother was supposed to go to college, and she did the thing with that man to get the money so her brother can go to this prestige college. It was just a lot. She just went through a lot. You dig what I'm saying? And it was just so, you don't need me to just say how nasty it was, how she felt about it. You dig what I'm saying? Like that, anybody would feel like that. But you wiser now. I mean, you wise because of it. The King of Swords is somebody who's been through a lot. And the High Priestess and the Tower. It's like, you letting it go. All of it. Cleansing and receiving. And adjustments. The way she thought about her friends and her brother and everybody. As soon as she thought about her brother, she just bust out crying. And her friends and everybody. The man that she was seeing was prestige, well put together, top dog at the bank, beautiful on the eyes. Yeah, they did their thing together, but they couldn't be together because they was on two different paths. And that's what I'm picking up on with you, Libra. Like you would be like Blair Underwood and Jada Pinkett in that scenario where she couldn't be with him. It would cost him everything to be with her, even though that was his more compatible fit, his true love. And hers too. There'll be some love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking. What's it gonna be? Ooh, 'cause I can't pretend. Don't you wanna be more than just friends? Hold me tight and don't let go. Okay, Libra, you and this person. It could be the man himself thinking about all of that stuff. And you had to keep on going on your journey. You were intuitively led to keep on going. But the fire y'all make together with this card right here, okay? You may end up writing a book about it. You won't use real names, but you may end up writing a book about it. This may make you go in and revamp what you already wrote. Now you're going to go change it because now you have knowledge of something deeper. You dig what I'm saying? Love making, hearts breaking, soul shaking with this Tower card. Okay? As tempting as it is, y'all in two different spaces. So you remember it, you look back just enough to remember what the experience was, but you kept moving forward. And that's where that Zen energy is coming from. Like, you took all that climax with you and left the toxins because you knew with the way life was set up with you two, with how you met, it would have been toxic to try to keep going with each other, to keep trying to see each other. And you were forced to go a different way. So yeah, I'm taking that Nine of Cups because I channeled it. And you know why you got the Nine of Cups with all this pearls of wisdom? Because you took the first step. All you got to do is take the first step and God got you. That was a test. And look what's underneath that. The Six of Wands. You're on a platform. And look at that. That was your love with the Lovers. That was your love. Now this person could have very easily made a choice to go with you. But that's not what happened. That's not reality. Now this person, you helped this person overcome heartbreak. With the Four of Swords, they're in retreat thinking about all this. I'm not going to tell you a lot about what they're going through, but needless to say, it's not good with the Five of Cups. And the Nine of Wands. It's like I'm tired of being taken advantage of when I know I deserve love. You did that for them, Libra. Okay? You helped them through a lot of heartbreak. You taught them what real love is because they in retreat with their heart sitting next to them. It's like, you didn't just take everything with you. You left the most important part with them. And look what's under that. You the most valued, the Queen of Pentacles. You the most valued person or mother, Queen of Pentacles, the most valued person they have ever met. And you'll always have that special place in their heart because of that. With the Four of Swords, look at that. And that's what this person thinks about all the time with the King of Swords. It's like a King of Swords and a Queen of Pentacles. It's like it could have been good for image why this person stayed. It would have made them look bad or something how it would have made them look like Blair Underwood would have looked crazy trying to go with Jada Pinkett after everything she did. And he's a prestigious bank top dog at the bank. You think it don't make sense logically, but emotionally, it was everything. And that's something they both take with them when they go. Wherever they go. Wherever you're led to go as the Queen of Pentacles. And that man is led to stay as the King of Swords. Ooh. Wait, where's the top? Oh, the Tower card is up here. Now I'm moving the Tower card. I put the Queen of Pentacles in front because now it looked like he's looking at her. He's watching her moves with the Nine of Pentacles. He's watching you. He's watching you. Build something for yourself with the Nine of Pentacles. Take care of yourself. Like, you look good too. Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Look at her. Look at the picture. She looks good. Okay? No burdens. A 10 is a completion. You know you would have been carrying too much bullshit. So you took the first step and God got the rest. Ace of Pentacles. There you go. And something with the moon, with the water. I feel like with the moon, the both of you are going to keep this under, I want to say, keep it close to your chest is how I'm reading it. Because look at the two dogs is howling at the moon. But you're underwater. It's like it's something that's all like in your chest that you want to yell on top of a mountaintop because it's awesome with that Tower card. But when you think about it, it's something that you're going to keep close to your chest because it's important to you. You know it was from God. It was a message from God. You're going to keep it close to your chest. It's not something you could tell everybody. You may never tell nobody. Neither one of y'all. But y'all both know the truth. Now, vengeance. Instead of being spiteful or petty, this is why there's no act of vengeance. This is somebody who's made a choice to take the high road, act in integrity. I will never cut you down or disrespect you or speak ill on your name because so much of what we experienced taught me a lot. Something about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's very important. It made a habit, a better habit, and broke a bad habit. It takes about 20 days to do that, and I think that's what that was. So you came into contact for something real powerful to happen with that Tower card and the Lovers. Something that's more conducive to both of you being true to yourself and authentic. So from how you two will be carrying on in life moving forward will be much more authentic and true to yourself with the Lovers. And you thank God for each other every day because of it. This is what I mean. You two are a classic example of a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Swords. How you come from different avenues. You see her? She looks completely different. She comes from something completely different. She comes to the table with something completely different. And he comes from something completely different. Or the way life shaped both of y'all up, y'all are completely different avenues in hindsight. But you took something from him, he took something from you, and y'all made a happy medium. So this is somebody who one of y'all could be fixed and one of y'all could be more cardinal. You know, who can instigate both sides of the coin when in actuality you taught each other something that's going to be conducive. But when I split the deck, the King, here you go. The King, look at that. Somebody who's powerful, strong in wisdom. Could be a scholar. Could be somebody who's just highly intelligent. Control, reversal of fortune. What would that be talking about? Let me see. Let's see. What does the king, reversal of fortune? It could be reversal of bad fortune. That's what I'm feeling. It's like something bad happened, something bad stopped, and something good started. It's like, okay, y'all. Let me describe it like this. When you get the king, like picture the cheering of the crowd is defeating. I'm sorry. What is defeating, eccentric? Deafening. Deafening. Chill, bro. I don't know. Is it Mercury retrograde or something? Like, where the crowd, the cheering of the crowd is deafening. So now things are getting quiet. Things that's like a sound. Rose petals drifting through the air, brushing against the king's gleaming armor as they ride ahead of the parade atop of a pristine white horse. They sit proud and indomitable, unaware that the moment their fate changes, they may not be so prepared to handle a shift in fortune. Power, celebration, honors from a young age. So they've had this prestige at a young age. The king has always found that things come easily to them. But there's a catch to being a gifted child. They have never learned the value of hard work, and therein lies their downfall. So when you get the king in your spread, it's a reminder that taking things for granted can cause irreparable mistakes. Now is the ideal time to practice awareness and value the benefits that come from working at a problem. Even if you think you already know the answer, don't dismiss the wisdom of those who try to show you a new way of working out a solution. Does that sum up everything I said, Libra? So, on one hand, the person who received prestige easy. This is a person who's used to everything being handed to them easily. They could have mishandled you, Libra, and they didn't realize you come to the table as change. You don't enter into anybody's life until it's time for change. So if on one hand, if it implies that in Vogue song, "Don't Let Go," now this person is learning not to take you for granted, not to take things for granted. But if the person who is used to that prestige, is used to people used to having their way with everything, if they're not quite there yet, or if you, Libra, are not quite there yet, which I don't think is you because you're in that Zen energy, if it's the opposite of what I just said, it's like King is one who knows how to address a situation, but is beleaguered by advisors who think they know better. So really, I felt that too. This person, this man, listened to the wrong advice. Or you did, Libra, but I don't think it's you. Or if you did, in a case, you are forgiving yourself. You are letting go the people who come in this devil energy, this manipulative energy, and you're forced to take your L to keep on going. But this could be what I heard earlier. I don't know if I said it or not, but I definitely heard it loud. Don't listen to your friends right now. This is the Most High telling you, don't listen to the advice of your friends right now. It's going to throw you off because I'm in the mix. Like I'm the one teaching you, navigating your steps and telling you what to say, where to go, what to do, who to be around, who not to talk to. Like it's going to confuse you and throw you off. It's going to mess up what I'm setting up for you, Libra. So this is the Most High telling you, don't take advice from your friends right now. It could be that too. But it's time to put your foot down and embrace the fact that right now your solution is the correct one. So what I'm getting is, Libra, if you're advised to go with the flow and just beats, and it ends up is if you end up going with the flow, listening to your friends because they're optimistic, it's not like they mean harm. It's just that they will manipulate what God is already doing for you, and it'll end up being toxic, or something is not going to go right. It's going to backfire. It's not going to be right for you. Like, you'll have it, but it'll be fucked up in some way. Damn, let's put the King right there and put Vengeance right there. Why are you splitting down Libra's readings into so many? Why is Libra's reading so long? Because Libra is on a specific assignment. Anybody who has Libra anywhere, North Node, South Node, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, I don't care. Anywhere in your 12th house plane, anywhere your planetary placements, any of the 12 houses, Lilith, this is for you. Wherever you have Libra at, this is for you. You're called to step up, Libra. That's why. You already were stepped up, but because you're on a platform of some sort, it don't have to be an actual platform, but you're in the public's eye. Like, people watch you. So this is God's cleaning. This is God's way of telling you what to do next without tainting your image. Or messing. It ain't about messing up your reputation. It's about some of it. You obviously are not going to be able to know what to do next. If you go back to the last reading I just did, it's telling you, it's like different masses are being revealed little by little. So you don't know your footing. You don't know what's going on. Like, you're in the dark for a lot of it. With the Moon card, that's like God's not telling you everything yet. He's not showing you everything yet. That's why he's telling you not to listen to your friends. It's going to off balance it. Like with the Two of, remember in the last reading, both of y'all have the Two of Pentacles. It's too many chiefs in the kitchen, not enough Indians. So whoever your advisors are or were, you have to stop listening to them. Even if the person's watching your reading to get some insight. It's telling you not to listen to the people that's advising you to go a certain way, because they don't know. They're gonna do it. It's not that they mean harm. They don't mean harm. It's just that God is in the mix. It was so many major arcanas in your last reading, and these major arcanas are showing up now specifically and strategically to tell you, I'm not telling you everything. You have to wait until I reveal another mass to the conglomerate. That's what a conglomerate is. It's a bunch of masses put together, united together to form a conglomerate. So if it's about you and a person and your wealth and your status is attached to it, he's not going to tell you everything because you're going to mess it up. It's going to get messed up, okay? This is not calling you to listen to your advisors. If you think about Isa and those 12 disciples, they all was sitting at that table with them, and they was plotting on them the whole damn time. All the while, God didn't tell, God basically he let Isa sit amongst those people that was plotting on him, and he ended up rising Isa up to the second level of heaven. Meanwhile, the disciples wanted people to think they took him out, because they were going to take him out. That was the whole thing with that. But if I tell you that, if I tell you everything right now, you're going to have time to prepare. It's just not meant for you to know. You have to trust and sit in that. You have to keep praying. That stillness is very important so you can listen. The high priestess is here so you can hear when God tell you what to do next. He is protecting you because you got people in your face. Obviously, the advisors that's telling you what to do next are against you or against your person, because they already attempted to fuck up what y'all have. Y'all are onto something. What you're feeling for each other is real. What you're meant to do together is real. So you're meant to go back and like somebody advised your person to go do something in specific as an attempt to gain control, to make you like everybody else. And you see why, because as the king, For somebody who's used to things that's being handed to them and taking it for granted and stuff like that, that's not you, Libra. They're in for a rude awakening. They didn't know you was going to ricochet or offset what their initial plan. Their initial plan, everybody falls for that. I'm the king of swords. I'm good at this. I know exactly. This person's good with psychology. This person is a strong mentalist too. This person is deeply intuitive too. Why didn't the shit work? Well, here's where God's in the mix. This is why God is not telling you everything so you don't mess it up. That's why. And God is using you to flex on the person who's used to things being handed to him. He's forcing this person to be humbled. You're humbled in your Zen energy, sailing away, doing self-study, and practicing infinite space and possibilities and all that kind of stuff. Like you're meant to, whatever the dust that's meant to be thrown on your aura, on your name, somewhere along the lines, your character could have been assassinated, or something is wrong, or somebody attempted to downplay you. They did not know you. Now they know you based off because you're trusting in blind faith. Okay, you're listening to what God say. By you listening to what God say, it's like, what the fuck wrong with my game? You make this person think something wrong with their game. But in actuality, this person's made to know who you are because you were given to them in friendship. You were gifted to them in friendship. So you didn't come from the friends or the advisors of the person, contrary to what they wanted to act like. Okay? You came from the Most High. The Most High does not defend lies. It's like an ayat where God is saying, and God is the one who killed those people, not you. And God is the one that did the crime, who did the thing that killed those people. It wasn't you. But you were put in place. What is that? Is that 29-7? Is that 29-7? But you were put in place on an assignment as God willed you to be. But it was God who was doing everything. God is the mastermind behind everything, not you, not the person. And this is where God is correcting and humbling this king, this person who's in this king energy, whoever this king of swords is. You dig what I'm saying? This king who want to withdraw from emotion that they had the emotion for you. They have the emotion for you. But you as a king, when you used to things being handed to you, you dig what I'm saying? All the fruits of his labor is easy for him. And he's been like that for a long time. Okay? You're supposed to be like this. Confused and indecisive. But no, what you did was you sped up what's supposed to happen next. Now you're in the 9 of Cups, 6 of Wands. The Tower. You came in for change. But you might have known more than what this person knew. Okay? Because you here on a blessing, on an assignment from the Most High. It's an assignment. You're meant to humble this king. You may have already humbled this king. That's why you come with something different. That's why you show up like this. Look at this Queen of Pentacles. She looked different. She looked like everything he thought he didn't like. But he liked it on you. And I moved the Tower card and put her in place of it intuitively. And now he's looking at her. He's following her guidance. Why? Because this is her guidance. This is where it's coming from. This is who she is. This pentacle in God's hands is her. Yeah. Wisdom, knowledge, common sense. It's like how much common sense you got if you don't realize that that's not something or someone. Like I put those other people in place too for you to have it easy. I set it up like that on purpose so you can thank me. And don't forget the favors I bestow upon you. Kind of thing. Alhamdulillah. Look, the brawler. This person is mean in them streets. Either mean in the streets, a lion from the wild, like somebody who's tough. You dig what I'm saying? Somebody who's good, who you can call this person to do anything, almost anything. Okay, because they have that prestige. But then when I split on the other side of the deck is you have the fate. Acceptance, help, guidance. It's like you're pulling this person from the Jahiliyyah. You're being used to pull this person from the Jahiliyyah. So this person thought they can approach you in the way they approach everybody else, and it was a tower. You don't need me to say much else after that. What does it mean to be a tower? There'll be some love-making, heart-breaking, soul-shaking. He might be heartbroken because he's made to know now. You know now this is not what you thought this was. Your heart is not telling you that. Your common sense, all your wits and knowledge, you understand the difference between her and them. You understand the difference. She understands the difference. Libra, you understand the difference between him and them. You do. Keep it real. Libra says she ain't about to play with y'all. That's what she said. That's what they say. The heir to my throne. Unseen potential hesitation. You up, boy. Can we stop right there? And what's on the bottom? The painter. Productivity and creative. I know that's right. He get ready to turn on the TV and see you sitting right there, like sitting pretty too, sitting in Zen. Oh, I know that's right. And what's on the bottom? The guide. Inheritance correction. Y'all should grow the fuck up. Come on, let me coach you. Hold up. On to the next. I got a million ways to get it. Choose one. Let's talk about what the heir. What is the heir? What should we learn about the heir? The heir to my throne. Someone thinks really highly of you. They always did. You dig what I'm saying? But you come from a certain way of doing things. Old habits can die hard sometimes. The heir. I'm excited for you. All right. Visual this. This is the visual. A crown sits on a pedestal full of waiting potential. Years of preparing for a role have led to this moment. The crown is power. It is fulfillment. But it is also a responsibility that will affect every part of the heir's future. So the heir has known that this day is going to come, and yet it feels like a lifetime of learning could never have prepared them for stepping into this role. So the weight of expectation is a heavy mantle, but there is no turning back from it now. You dig? You dig. This person was waiting for you for a long time, and now that they got it, it's like all my King of Swords, all that wisdom and everything that I know don't match what I'm supposed to do with this person. That's why God is here orchestrating the whole thing. He put you, he put your person, he put all your advisors on each side of the coin. You got some advisors, Libra. Whoever you trust, whoever you seek counsel from, he got some advisors, whoever he seek counsel from. And all of it was put in place, but God is the one doing everything. That's why he's only releasing one mass here, one mass there at a time. So don't nobody know what's going on. Both of y'all in the dark. So the end of every journey signals the beginning of a new one. Okay? And it's natural to still feel uncertain about this new path in front of you. You may be hesitating, but trust that you've already laid the groundwork to make this opportunity the most beneficial that it can be. The rewards that will come are worth this moment of uncertainty. So even if you're not quite there by way of faith or optimism, if it's not both of you, it's one of you, you may not be ready to accept the fact that you've reached the end of a certain journey. That speaks to this king who's used to things coming easy, or it could be you used to things that's coming easy, whatever. Okay? People handing things to you. You may not be used to that yet, or you may not be ready to accept the fact that you're going to put some work in for what you feel like you deserve with this Ten of Swords. You dig what I'm saying? So the beginning of the next is strange and is very unfamiliar to you. So looking forward feels empty, as though you're not ready to let go of the past. But what's missing? It may be time to tie up some loose ends before moving forward. One of you or both of you realize that already. While one of you is sent away to go retreat or whatever you're doing over there, okay, the other person realized that. It's like, all right, I see what I got to do. Let me just get to work and do it. That could be one or both of you. I think it's at least one of you. So when you see the painter here, Somebody's not ready to come off that ego. Hey, bruh. I've been working at this a long time. When you get the painter, it's like, okay, the visual I want you to have with the painter is a splash of color, the bright powder pigments of paint boxes, the sharp scent of chemicals. The painter sets to work in the street, bringing to life yet another vivid mural to adorn the city's vibrant walls. So one street is already a riot of color, painted flowers, stars, and animals, while the next is a blank canvas, waiting for something to adorn it. The painter's drive to create is all-consuming. They've forgotten the murals that have come before, already focused on their next new creation. So within you is a font of creativity waiting to burst forth. This is not just the sort of creativity that requires a paintbrush or a pen, obviously, but the ability to bring about a vision, to know your own voice. Don't we have that here? Let your voice be heard. And whatever you bring into the world, don't let anything hold you back. This is your chance to embrace that vision, to follow your instincts and bring about something beautiful and new. Okay, what I'm getting from this, your person is either you or your person. Whichever one of you that's sent away, you're the one that's on Zen. Okay, so you might be a little bit ahead in this case, but you're never good. This person, one of you is insecure in a way where it's like, how come people don't see my potential? Even somebody even might have gotten mad at you for seeing their potential, and the other the other people they trusted never saw their potential, but you came in and just knew. How did you know that? I'm still trying to understand how you knew that. Libra, they could be looking at you like that, or you looking at them like that. I think it's you looking at them like that. You dig what I'm saying? But this is somebody who knows this about themselves, but they are not at their rock bottom with practicing that self-study, that self-love, so they could be seen in a way that they know themselves to be. So I was about to say something else. So it's in you. It's in this person to be just as creative as you. You woke something up with the Towers card and the Lovers. That's authenticity, true to yourself. I don't care if you had sex or not. Sex is tertiary, regardless if you did it or not. Don't worry about the sex part. You only had sex because y'all 6 of cups to each other. Okay? You dig what I'm saying? The Lovers is the same thing. North node, south node, counterparts, Empress, Emperor, King, Queen, you dig. But it's also being authentic. That's Gemini energy. That's true to yourself. You only going to do what you want to do, how you want to do it, and people are going to love it or not. You still love you enough to be true to yourself. That is, somebody knows that about themselves, but people don't see it yet. Or they're around people who is just too damn toxic. The advisors around them or the concierges around them is shit when it comes to this particular thing. Hence, you are very different with that Queen of Pentacles. Or this man is not stupid about you. He's just way too intelligent about you. But nonetheless, if you're not quite there yet, if you're a person who doubts your skills, or you just practice a lot of doubt, or just in the energy, because the energy around you is doubt, and now it's rubbing off on your aura, that's why God's in the mix. Again, it's stopping you from reaching your true potential and manifesting your plan. So like, whatever it is you're telling yourself, you don't have the talent to achieve it right now, or you don't have the time, or it's just too much going on. I got a lot on my plate. Whatever you're telling yourself, stop and think, what are the risks of just going for it? Or are your fears truly grounded into a reality, or are you creating your own roadblocks? Somebody needs to get out their own way. You see this person's potential, this person, y'all know each other, so you know what the potential is. It's like, I don't come in until it's time for change. But both of y'all change something for the better. That 20-day mark. Do I want to name this reading that? I should name it The Painter. I should. I really should. But on the bottom of the deck, you have the guide. The guide, inheritance, correction. Somebody's faith, somebody's life path, somebody's generational wealth is being redirected and corrected, is what I'm getting from. It's like you was on the wrong path, being around the wrong people. Life happens. So sometimes we get stuck with people that's supposed to teach us something and we keep going. But it didn't happen in this case. Because you're sitting somewhere, one or both of you are sitting somewhere way too long, or have been sitting somewhere for too long. So when the guide, it's like somebody's ringing the bell about something. Think about it. Visualize this. This is a whole visionary. This part of the read is very visionary, so you get the full picture. So when you hear me say picture this, get the visual picture of what I'm talking about. Beneath the thundering echo of a waterfall, a bell rings clear and compelling, commanding the attention of all close enough to hear it. Almost without thinking, you feel your feet turn, you towards the water and the figure beneath. The guide is inherited their position, and the path they walk has been predetermined. It is their role to correct the mistakes by their predecessor and set things to the right. So for you, Libra, or for your person, you're in a situation that isn't ideal, but it's up to you to make the most of it. Holding a grudge against what led you here won't achieve anything. It's time to accept the cards you've been dealt. Once you're on the other side of this, you'll be better placed to reflect on what you've learned from the experience. But for now, it's time to put in some hard work and push through. That's your person, Libra. You already graduated from all this, Libra. That is your person. Now, until the person gets to that point of wisdom, space, and opportunity, if they're not there yet, after a long struggle to put things right, not helped by others, you have found confidence in your ability to overcome whatever's next. Take a moment to congratulate yourself on your perseverance and make room in your life for the next challenge. It's just advice to just try to keep on going, just remain optimistic. But it could have been you coaching this person, or you on a platform is coaching this person. This person can't interact with you, or you know yourself, your value well enough where you're not going to let somebody interact with you under an influence of negativity. So they're getting their advice from you. It's not sneaky, it's just strategic. I can't have them this way, but I'm watching them this way. Whatever you're doing, you could be posting stuff and they getting the message. It may not fundamentally be like tailored for them. It's just how you carry yourself, your authenticity. They feed into your authenticity. They're captivated and pulled in. They're drawn in to you through your authenticity. It's a you thing. But you come from the Most High. That's why it's like that. Okay? You gotta let them know. Oh, shit. Shit. Yeah, it's time to retreat. Free yourself. That was on the bottom anyway. Was free yourself from the beginning. Somebody's like really studying passion. I put that right on top of vengeance. Is passion is underneath the vengeance. Overcoming slights, a choice. Allow your heart to sing. Allow your heart and soul to sing. On the bottom is still free yourself. So we're going to put that right there. Somebody's in a real prejudice situation where they don't feel free. Yes, this is your soulmate. We said that already. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. This person couldn't be there with you, Libra, for your big grand opening with the Six of Wands and the Nine of Cups. They couldn't be there for you as you transition into the next phase of what you're led to do next, because They still stuck in the past or still stuck in a situation that doesn't require them to really stop and enjoy the moment with you like they really want to. It's like you're not handicapped. It's just you got to get that grudge out your chest. And this is serving the purpose of a boulder where your heart used to be. It's like a boulder sitting on your chest. He has to let it go. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. You need to get to your fortune. Your person needs to get to their fortune, which is y'all, so they can be on the up and up. Reconciliation. It's like they're on an alternate path. I kind of feel like it's unnecessary at this point because you've been there too long. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Yes, because you already know each other from a past life. And finally, chemistry. That's right. There is a strong magnetic attraction here. That's why you keep listening to what you have to say. That's why these videos are meant to take your time and peel back the layers. You can't just go in there for the gusto. When you're fundamentally showing up for somebody, you take it one mass at a time, one issue at a time. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, or those who was accountable for you. It's something you saw your parents go through, and it shaped your perception of how relationships are supposed to go. So if you saw your parents, like for me, I come from domestic violence. I've seen it a lot in different love dynamics. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, it doesn't matter. I've seen them all go through things in their personal relationship. And it shaped me to be non-committal because I don't want nobody swinging on me. There you go. Okay? That's unrequited love to me. That is not love. And all my knowledge and common sense and just being, even as a child, I never thought that was enough attraction or chemistry to keep a relationship going. And I think they knew it too deep down. That's why you're mad and swinging on each other. Like, what are you swinging on each other for? I never understood that. Why you gotta hit somebody to make them instill fear in them, to make them scared to leave you? You left you a long time ago. That's why you're not in your highest of frequency. You're not in tune with your inner star player. That's why you think you should be punching and swinging on people. If you're not fundamentally swinging on people, if you didn't see that with your parents, they talk to each other crazy. Or they're not praying together. They're spiritually disconnected. So the family don't pray together. If you want to pray, go to church. Or you don't get to see that dynamic until you go to church or go to school where there's structure and actual discipline. That's why your parents was so hard up. Look what wanted to flip over. There you go, Libra. Queen of Cups. All I want is like what you saw growing up shaped you to be real integral. Because what you saw growing up was very vile and disrespectful. Ten of Cups. It's like you spitefully created a whole nother life, or a life that's very opposite. You probably don't even talk to your family at this point, or at least not a good majority of them you don't. Page of Cups. Like what I want for my children is not what I went through. So it's very conducive that I trust God. You gotta straighten all this out for me because I need my peace. I need my serenity. I need to be able to speak words of facts. I only want the facts. I don't want emotional abuse. I don't want emotional manipulation. So you are wise enough to know that saying what you don't want is going to manifest exactly what you don't want. So you got to make sure you're saying what you're supposed to say. You got to know God to do that. You got it. You have to, because he'll let you wander in confusion if you don't ask him. All right, you doing it your way. Let's just look at it. Let me put it this way. Eccentric, look at it from this perspective. If you doing it your way, how has it landed how is your life shaped right now? How is your kids? How are you doing? How's your partner doing? How is your friends? Like, what is everybody's psyche? How does everybody think around you? What advice would they give you in a time like this? Motherfucker, they can't give you the advice because they ignorant. And it's not to like bash anybody or judge anybody. It's like they don't take the necessary steps. Do they pray? Do they fast? Do they feed the community? Do they sweep their neighbor's doorstep? Do they sweep their own fucking doorstep? You dig? Like, do they do anything? Do they keep their house clean? Do they? Do they keep their house clean? How do they look when they walk out the house? How do they sound when they walk out the house? It's jizz all over that when you don't have God. That's why you see them do certain things that are like how you as a person grew up like this. It might look right on the storefront, but behind closed doors, there's no structures. No, we're not praying together. How you expect us to talk? Listen, bond with each other. There's nothing holding y'all together. So realistically, what do you expect? And then when you're not careful, you take those etiquettes into your family dynamic. When it's your turn to be a parent, when it's your turn to have a partner, when it's your turn to interact with people on an adult level, you're not quite an adult because you're still stuck in your childhood. But you only get one childhood. So that's when you hear people say you're in your second childhood. The second childhood is not acceptable. Okay? Because once you pass the first, you only get one childhood. You're only a child once. Healthily, a child once. So if it's something you didn't know, it's not, I won't say it's exactly held against you because you didn't know. You're doing what you're taught. You don't have the confidence. You don't have the esteem. You don't have the mother figure with this Queen of Cups and the strength here. That's somebody who's not vile. That's somebody who does not abuse their power, who did not abuse their parental rights over you. You have rights over your parents. They supposed to teach you right from wrong. And when they don't do that, you're forced to grow up with what you got. And if you're savvy enough, hopefully by the mercy, if you got any kind of like drive and ambition or just a strong futuristic type of person, you're going to figure out, okay, what I came from didn't feel right. So let me go learn something different. Everybody doesn't do that. It's very few people who think outside the box and will just independently go figure something else out. That's why your family dynamic is probably different from the rest of your family. Okay, I'll give you an example. My family's Baptist. I don't judge people, but my family's Baptist Christian. I'm not Baptist Christian. I've never even been baptized. I took Shahada. That means I turned to Islam at the young age of 15? October 24th, 1998. So you look at me like, well, how you get to do this? This is therapeutic. This is peeling back those layers. These are healing. This is not calling on any association or deities outside of the Most High. Some people do it, but I don't. I think I said that before. I'll say it again because it could be somebody who don't know. Who's listening to this channel, it's like, oh, well, now I'm learning a little bit about you. I don't understand it. How did this all that like pull together? You dig what I'm saying? I'm teaching you based off of the traumas I came from. What works, what doesn't work. If you don't do certain things, if you don't take necessary steps in action, I already have the premonition. Like, there's a strong intuition here, okay? But there's the cards that give the visual so you can see what I'm talking about. It's creative. That's what it is for me. It's not a good intention make a bad deed good. It has nothing to do with that. It's everything to do with, you can call it go into a psychotherapist's office. You see this painting right here? This looks like a lot of water and sailing, like I started your reading off doing. And a lot of people could look at this painting and see something different. That's the point. You're going to it's going to be different for everybody. It's to help you. It's to give you guidance. You can take it or leave it. I'm not the Most High himself. But that's who I call on when I need questions, when I need guidance, even when I'm trying to show up for other people. And if he permitted it, it's like, you can do it. Just don't associate nobody with me. Don't associate no deities with me. Only call me. So if I say that, that's what I meant. If you want to ask him yourself, you can ask him yourself. But I find it very ironic when a motherfucker want to challenge what you're doing and don't even talk to him directly for their own self. That's what I mean when I say go look at their life. I don't have time to look at your life, but it's rhetorical because if you got time to tell somebody what they are and what they're not, what's your life like? Go mind your own damn business. That's why you zenned out like that, Libra. Okay? Now I'm going to stop this reading right here. You got some more coming because your message is very detailed. Why? Because I feel like it's a correction. When I say God only delivers a few masses at a time, he's correcting something. Somebody threw that nasty shit your way, and now you have to and God is counteracting it for you. You just keep doing your thing and watch how God turn all this shit around. I wish somebody would call me out of anything I said I'm all about. and see if he don't correct it. Okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.